One of the #1 questions we get asked all the time is, Sean, I'm going to start a lawn care business. TQ, I'm going to start a mowing business. What is a good entry-level mower to use? What is an affordable option? And guys, this question can be answered in many different ways because I don't know what your budget is, okay? I personally am not going to tell you to go out and get a ton of debt, okay? I can't do this. So I'm not going to tell you to go out and get a ton of debt. What I will tell you is buy what you can afford and use what you can afford. You're just starting, guys, so do not run yourself into a ton of debt. But we're here at Tractor Supply right now, and I just saw they pulled out a bunch of their mowers for the season. And these are affordable options for somebody that's kind of getting entry level going into a business. Now, I personally would recommend you to buy the best quality commercial machine you can. I understand also, as a man that started off with a Boland's push mower, that that's not always an option. So I wanted to share with you some cheaper options here that we see, and then we'll show you a little bit better options you know, as we move along through the day here. But let's just go ahead and hop in here. These are some very affordable and quality name brands in our industry that you guys can check out. All right, so first and foremost, you have a Bad Boy here. Bad Boy's been around a long time now. I know some people were like, oh, they're gonna last a year or two, blah blah blah. Bad Boy's been around a minute, so they're obviously putting out a decent machine. $34.99. That's gonna get you into a 54-inch deck. I mean, that's pretty good, guys. I mean, $34.99. That's actually cheaper, a little bit cheaper than what I paid for my first Toro time cutter. I paid $4,000 for my Toro time cutter that came with a bagging system. I needed to be able to bag, so that added a little bit on. Oh, look what we have here, a Toro time cutter. Now this is a lot smaller than mine. Mine was a 52, I believe it was, or 50, I don't even remember now. This one's $28.99. You're gonna get a Toro mower. Toro is a good, reputable brand. But then we have a little bit bigger of a Toro time cutter. This is more around the range that I had. This one's a 54-inch deck. And what's it say over there, 4,000?
Yep, $38.99, and it's got the MyRide. I love the MyRide system.
Yeah, if you don't know, that MyRide is built in there to help your spine because you're constantly bouncing up and down when you're sitting. Got a Cub Cadet here. I personally have never owned a Cub Cadet. I've never ran one. I do like some of the features on their new stand-on mower. I think it's very similar to our Wright ZK that we had. Whenever we demoed one down at the GIE a couple years ago, that mower was pretty legit. Big, beefy, built really nice. And
I noticed they have lights on the front of them too. That's pretty cool.
Yes, but I want to show you guys something really close here. You want to look at a big difference. And I used to get reamed on this back in the day when I first started out. But do you see this Toro deck, okay? This Toro deck is built a lot thicker, okay? Sometimes they'll say on here, this is an iron forged deck. It doesn't say how thick it is, I don't see. But I can tell this is a fabricated deck, okay, compared to a stamp deck. If you don't know what a stamp deck is, this right here on this Cub Cadet is a stamp deck. See how that one has squared corners and welds? This one here is just basically one piece of metal that they press into a machine and it forms it. These mowers, the decks on these mowers tend to rust out really quickly. But if you do your maintenance, keep it clean, that deck can last a bit longer. Now that deck over there on the Toro is gonna last probably 3 times longer than this deck here on this stamped one. So now if you look at that Cub Cadet deck compared to this one, you can see here they have a reinforced deck. They're calling it their Aeroforce deck, okay? So if you see these corners, these welds, all this stuff here, makes for a lot stronger of a deck. You're gonna want that deck over that deck any day now. But residential homeowners more than likely will pick that one just because that option is $26.99 compared to this one that's $3,099. So 42-inch deck, 54-inch deck. If I was coming here to buy either one of these right here, guys, I would easily pony up the extra $300 or $400 and go with this one here. But you're getting a little bit bigger of a deck. I know not everybody needs that, but you're gonna get a higher quality deck. And with going to a place like this, obviously you can see they're not working on mowers in and out of here, so that's a downfall. That's why I always suggest guys find a good reputable dealer that can carry these mowers, but they're also going to be able to provide you that service if something catastrophic happens. So Kohler 7000 series, very popular engine. Another Kohler, these are the exact same mowers. 22 horsepower on this one compared to a 24 horsepower. Now I do want to share with you guys, if you're going to be mowing with this, I would go 24 horsepower and up. The bigger you can get, the better. Commercial V twin, 24.5 horsepower. Kohler series. Here's another Kohler series, so 725. So when it comes down to it and you're buying a mower, guys, the dealership makes the biggest difference. And then the quality build of the mower itself. Is the frame good? How's the suspension on it? Are you going to destroy your spine on it? What are all the benefits of a mower, and does it make sense to you to spend a little bit more to get a better quality mower? I want to bring you in here and I want you guys to see there is a huge difference between buying a mower at a big box store, not knocking on the big box stores, but there is a huge difference in what you're going to get in return between a dealership and a big box store. We're here at Schlabach Engines in Apple Creek, Ohio, okay? This is a state-of-the-art dealership, guys. Now, if you're really looking for a great entry-level commercial grade mower, right here's what I'm going to recommend to you. This is the Max, the Titan Max, okay? This mower, $59.99, guys, okay? That's about where you're going to get it entry-level wise for a commercial grade mower from a dealership. And then we'll kind of just speed this process up here. You just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Obviously, you know, you get into your stand-on mowers over here, your multi-forces, your walk behinds, your pro lines. You can get a Velke, a Sulky. I would say that don't overlook those for options to get into it also. Yes, it is a walk behind, but if TQ wants to come over here, you can stand on the back of this, guys, and it'll get you around just the way you need to, okay? So you just hop on here. There's tons of mowers, tons of prices, tons of options out there, tons of brands out there. But there's one thing that will set you apart from going to a big box store compared to a dealership. And I want to show you exactly what that is. Come with me, come with me. So you notice when you go to a big box store, the guy that's loading lumber, you know, hauling shingles, whatever in the store, he's not an engine mechanic, you know, he's not a Toro dealer, any of that. So that's where you really find the difference between a big box store and a mower dealership, okay? So come in here. These guys are always working on something, okay? They only work on Toro brands for the most part. Gonna get loud for a second. So, as you can see, these guys know what they're doing. They're tearing engines apart, you know, they're figuring out problems. You guys, look at this. Schlabach stocks everything. I mean everything. I don't think I've ever came here and needed a part and they didn't have it here. And if they did have it or didn't have it, they'd pull it off a brand new mower and I'd be leaving with it. Trust me, that's not a myth. Many guys that buy here, they can vouch for me. If Ruben doesn't have it on his shelf, he will pull it off and give it to you right off a brand new mower. I mean, check that out. Crazy. You need some filters, all the Kohler parts. A bunch of stuff above my pay grade. High flow kits, low flow kits. I mean, gas canisters, oil canisters, baffles. So the number one thing you'll find when you go into a box store versus a dealership is parts availability. And even some dealerships lack on this. A lot of dealerships lack on this. You go in to get your mower fixed and they're making you wait 3 weeks, a month. I'll tell you right now, anytime I've ever came in here to Schlabach, I don't think I've ever waited over an hour. And if I did, they give me a demo and I'm on down the road. So that's another big thing. If you go to a dealership over a big box store, they're not going to give you a demo at the big box store. You come here to Schlabach, they can't fix you in 30 minutes or less. If you bought the mower here, they give you a 0 downtime sticker, you know, little plastic ring. Guys, they got you on another demo. He'll pull a brand new one off the floor and get you on down the road, no jokes. Just take those into account whenever you're looking to purchase a mower. There are huge differences, guys, and the dealership is the #1, okay? I mean, I cannot stress that to you enough. Find a good dealership, find a good mower brand, and you'll be happy and you'll thank yourself for a long time. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, keep mowing, keep growing, keep making money, boys. We'll talk to you later. TQ out. Peace. Bye.